I think we act our way into right living. We don't think our way into right living. Does that make sense?
It is. It took a jolt for me.
Yeah, when the doctor said you're going to die.
Welcome to the Overlap Podcast, big business tactics for small business success. Dive into the intersections of work, fitness, family, faith, and leadership. We believe growth in one area fuels growth in all. Here's your hosts, Sexton and Keith Glines.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Overlap Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Good morning, Keith.
Don't say it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Tim was trying to get
It's the morning, Tim. And if you listen to this, it's the morning somewhere.
Yeah, well.
And we, with our international listeners, we probably have one of them.
I don't know that we do, but well, look.
I saw
had some Denmark.
I saw somebody in France.
I knew we had like 4 or 5 in Denmark for some reason. Hey, so listen. Depending on when you're listening to this, but currently for us, we've moved through summer and really changing all kinds of seasons sort of gets me thinking about this. But I like routines, but I also like breaking up routines, which that sounds counterintuitive or oxymoronic. But, I like the summer when you break the routine and everything sort of slows down a little bit. Kids don't have as many things going on. It just seems a slower pace, and I like that. But it lasts long enough, and we have moved back into. We got kind of a taste of fall down here in the South.
Oh,
yeah.
Last week, a couple mornings was
in the 70s, like 75, wonderful. 71 degrees, like 60% humidity, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Anything under 80 degrees and under 100% humidity feels like fall here. And so, Keith, the bastion of health in the Overlap podcast, really thought that the audience needed to hear practical steps to get a hold of our health. And I teed you up, Professor Keith.
I was just thinking yesterday as I was walking through a workout, and it comes from this summer, unlike you who feel like you slowed down, I had the busiest summer of my life.
Yeah, you did.
Growing something new, creating something new.
Marijuana? New strain?
No, it's not that fun.
Oh, okay.
And my routine to work out was all over the place.
I've noticed.
Yeah.
The group text has noticed.
Yeah, but although not what would be consistent for me, it was still pretty consistent. 2-3 times a week. Doing jiu-jitsu 2 times a week on average, probably. Working out 3 times a week on average. But it was enough. And I think we over-index a lot of times on you got to do it every day. You got to, and I do. I feel better when I work out every day, when I actually move my body every day. But I think that a lot of times people get so discouraged that they didn't make it, that they just do nothing, that they are still.
Mm.
And that's where this is getting a hold of your health. What does that look like for you? And it doesn't have to look like what it does for me. And it doesn't have to look like what it does for you. But there should always be, like, getting hold of my health was one of the best things that I ever did.
Yeah, I'd say so, because I saw that photo.
Yeah, 15 years ago, I was 265 pounds.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, on this frame.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 5'9". 265. 265 on this frame was a lot.
Yeah, I bet your legs were really strong.
But I was in the thick of it.
You were wearing a big, heavy weight vest every day.
But but I was in the thick of it. I
Yeah.
had, 3 children.
A fantastic marriage.
A fantastic marriage that ended.
Wonderful business.
Yeah, a wonderful business.
Everything's going great.
Yeah, everything's going great. So what is getting a hold of your health look like?
Yeah. Are you asking me a question? Or you want to go?
Well, and that's what we need to talk about today is for the listeners. What does that look like for you? And if you're not pursuing health, then I think that you probably need to look at pursuing it.
Yeah.
In some way. And a lot of our listeners are in that place where they have young children, they're pursuing a career, they're growing businesses, and they say, I just don't have time.
Mm-hmm.
And so how do you find that time? And how do you make time to go pursue and do what's known as probably the best, if you're depressed, they say that exercise is the best mental health drug. And so what are you doing and so this is a question for not just you, but what are you doing for your health, physical health, that you can sustain?
Yeah. So, before I even get started, that it's real easy for people to look at me and look at my life and say, it's easy for you. That's 100% accurate and true. And I totally get it, but it didn't start that way.
Correct.
Yeah. Easy for you to say you're fit. I'm like, bro, I was not. So, my whole fitness journey, and you know what? I don't know that I've really, I don't know that I got the same feedback on this that ever until Tim pulled me aside. We were talking about, I kind of got not fanatical, but focused on health and fitness when my dad started to just go downhill. He got diabetes, and everyone kind of knew that was coming. My grandfather had diabetes forever. It's just a thing. I get it. Genetic and he didn't eat well and all that stuff. And he worked. He was an engineer, but worked like shift work and swing shift too. So like some weeks he was on midnight till 8, and some weeks he was on like 8 a.m. till 4, and some weeks he'd be on from 4 in the afternoon till midnight.
That can't be good.
It's terrible for you. And this is going to lead me to some of the steps that I think are just real practical steps. But I kind of saw that, and my dad loved my oldest son just because he was the first boy. My brother had 4 girls, and he really did. Like, you could tell it, and it was pretty heartwarming and all that stuff. And as my son started to grow up to be kind of who he is when my dad's health really started to decline. And I saw it happening where he just wasn't able to come and be a part of those things. And it kind of broke my heart. And I really started to have the thought, and this is probably the message to the listener today, is that I started to have the thought that you only have one life. You really only get one shot. There's only one body you get. This is it. You don't trade it in. Not yet that I know of. Peter Thiel, I think, is talking about something else. But you don't get to trade it in. You don't get to create something different, unless you do it yourself. And I started going, man, I just don't want that to be me. I don't want, and my dad was relatively young, like 60. And I don't want to limit my options as I get older, and when I should be enjoying those years. Because I don't know about you, I raise kids and they're fun, but I really kind of look forward to, because I like kids, which sounds crazy because I used to not. I really look forward to grandkids where you can just spoil them and give them back.
Yeah, grandkids are great. I spent time last week with my granddaughters, and it was nice. I stayed at their house. I woke up. I went and I hey, how are y'all? Yeah. Cap's going. See ya. Spent a little time, left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Which one of them's a newborn. She just kind of lays there. I kind of got bored with it.
Yeah, they're little slugs. You just pet them.
Pat them on the head.
But I am kind of looking forward to that, and I just don't want to limit it. So, I decided that that's not the kind of life I want from that example, right? And what did I do is I just got moving.
Right.
I just got moving.
We can't all be like our producer, Tim, and do 10 pull-ups and do nothing.
Yeah.
And be like docile like he is.
Well, if I weighed the same, it would be much easier for me. But really, I just got moving because I think inertia is a real thing in life and in physics. Is that if I just get moving, everything else starts to kind of fall into place. Everyone wants everything to be perfect. I'll get to working out when I start eating right. And I'm like, no, you're not going to do that. I think we act our way into right living. We don't think our way into right living. I want to take a moment to talk about someone who's been instrumental in my personal and business success. That's Johnny Barranco and his team at Barranco & Associates. For over 7 years, Johnny has been my go-to accountant and financial consultant. I can tell you that he's more than just a tax preparer. Johnny takes a holistic approach to all my financial dealings, aligning them with my long-term plans and personal lifestyle. I've recommended Johnny to several friends throughout different business groups around the country, and the feedback has been nothing short of exceptional. His expertise and service are top-notch. So if you're looking for someone who not only prepares your taxes, but also helps you strategize for the future, Johnny and his team at Barranco & Associates are the ones to call. Trust me, you won't regret it. So contact Johnny Barranco today and take the first steps towards financial peace.
Hey, let me tell you about a friend of the show called Content Fresh. Since they've taken over our social media for the Overlap podcast, we've seen incredible growth. When you combine the growth from all social platforms, we're looking at a massive increase of 2,235%. This partnership has truly transformed our reach and engagement. If you're passionate about growing your business, partnering with Content Fresh could be a game changer for you. Go to overlaplife.com and click on sponsors today. So it took a jolt for me.
When the doctor said you're going to die.
Yeah, well, I have, and I don't know how this happens.
Okay.
And I'm not a doctor, so I don't know about fatty livers. But somehow I have the propensity to gain so much weight so fast, my liver gains weight.
Oh, good.
And so I have what they call a fatty liver.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's good for you.
I'm
so
pretty sure it's not.
The thing that I have to do, and it really, which is great for me in the fact that, like, to handle a fatty liver, it's more exercise-based than it is food-based. It's more moving. And I've got to say, in my 30s, I did not move very much. I was sitting at a computer kind of grinding two ways, on Doritos and then on the computer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
so,
that inertia builds up. So a body in motion stays in motion, a body in rest stays at rest.
Yeah, and so I think if you're in a place like I was, that way overweight and way under exercised, that you have to be drastic.
Yeah.
And sometimes, drastic measures need to happen. But if you're not in that place and you just, if you're not that overweight, you just don't move, just start moving.
Yeah.
I had to do the whole gamut of like starving myself and going on a diet I hated and doing things. But most people, I would say, just need to movement.
They need movement because I didn't develop the discipline to start looking at diet until I got into movement enough. And for me, communities and teams and stuff like that are really what I grew up with. And that's what I was searching for. I did at-home workouts for like 2 years, but I drug my wife into it. Kind of reluctantly, but we both kind of had a discussion about it, and we ordered P90X, and we just Half the mornings I wouldn't want to get up, but she would say get up, and half the mornings she wouldn't want to get up, and I would just tell her to get up and just start, like, hey, we're going to start in 10 minutes, and we did that, and that was about 2 years.
Which what you were doing for a living was pretty strenuous.
Yeah, it was, but so all of this started happening as I started to transition out of the field.
Oh,
and
okay, gotcha.
into the office.
Gotcha.
And I started to gain a bunch of weight. Stress comes along with that. Eating pretty bad, not getting sleep at all. Really no sleep. Some of it kids, most of it work. But you just started taking that back just little by little.
Okay, stop on the sleep thing.
Yeah.
Because I've watched you. This is something that I've seen you kind of make the change on.
Yeah.
In the last few years. Is really prioritizing sleep. What has that done for you?
Well, and it's funny because today we were talking about that, is that, the last, 7 days, I think I'd been getting about 6 hours, maybe 6.5 hours of sleep, and it's just not good. I had a guy in my life that I looked up to, father-in-law of a good friend that was very successful, and I just thought this guy like owned the world. He did all these things and did all this stuff, and he had these businesses, and he kept talking about selling them and like living out in Colorado and all this other stuff. And I just never thought he could, because he just was such a grinder. And long story short, he ends up. I get a message that he sold, and I was like, "Ooh, that's abrupt." And then he's like, "Yeah, I think something's kind of getting up with his health." I'm like, "Well, that makes sense. He wants to enjoy, get his health in order and all of that." And I went to Colorado and to see the son-in-law, and I knew this guy would be there, and I see him. This is probably 4 months after he sold, and the guy didn't recognize me, didn't know my name, and all of that to say it was a form. It's like dementia. It wasn't dementia. It wasn't Alzheimer's, but it was something sort of similar to that, and I can't remember the name. And I may be getting most of this wrong, but essentially his body just started shutting down. His brain started shutting down, and he couldn't remember things. And ultimately he died pretty quick. The family had to take care of him. They had to like take all of this money and get some caretakers, because family members would wake up with like millions of dollars in their bank. And he had just thought in the night that I need to get this out to someone. Just crazy stuff was happening. Long story, I'm trying to make it short, is that in the analysis, the final analysis, what happened is this guy like lived forever on about 4.5, 5 hours of sleep. And what I was told is that plaque builds up during the day as you're going through your day on your brain. And this plaque gets flushed out whenever you get enough REM sleep. And they said you need at least 7. 8 would be better or best, and 9 is really good. And some people need more, some people need less, obviously, but like 7 hours is kind of that golden time zone. And you flush out that plaque, but if you don't, you get less of that, then you don't flush out all of it, and it begins to build up over time, and then eventually 20 years later, you're just cognitively damaged. And that's what led to this, is what I gathered. And I was like, oh my God, because I got into the habit, like you said. You asked the question, how do you make time for this and still have time for, work, be there for the kids, sports practices and stuff. And so I just got into the habit of getting up at 4:30, making, packing my bag. All my workout stuff was there. I would shower after the workout. All of my work clothes were there. My lunch was pretty much made. I just had to add a few cold things. And then I had it all prepared. I'd drink my coffee, and then I'd be onto the workout. I'd be done by from 5:30 to 6:30, done by 6:30, shower, and to the office by 7:10. And I did that for years. And I wasn't getting a whole lot of sleep. I'd go to sleep at like 11, and just wasn't good for me. So once I heard that news with my friend's father-in-law, I just like, man, if I don't have to do it, I'm not doing it. And if I don't go to sleep before 9:30, I'm not doing it. And I didn't go to sleep before 9:30 last night, so I didn't get up. I think sleep's pretty important.
Yeah, I definitely think it is.
I think it's probably the number one thing, and it's the number one thing that we sort of look past because it doesn't give us the immediate feedback that working out hard does. When you're done with the workout, it sucks getting into it. It sucks kind of in the middle of it. But once it's done, you feel like this euphoria, like, holy crap, I did that. I think that's why CrossFit can get so addictive. And you hear people like, oh, can't believe those people do it. Well, just do it and you kind of get sucked in, But it doesn't have to be CrossFit. It could be like a really good lifting session where you did, 4 sets of 10 on bench press, then you move 4 sets of 10 on flies and 4 sets of, and you like really push through it. By the end of that, you're pumped up and feeling good, man. Those endorphins and the dopamine from that it gets to be addictive. Just like if you go run, you might not be able to run 5 miles right away, but man, you start building up to 3 miles, 3.5 miles, and you've never done that before, and you push through it. At the end of it, you feel like euphoric. You feel fantastic. I mean, it's not cocaine or anything, but it's pretty awesome.
I've never experienced that runner's high.
I feel good after I run.
I feel
too.
Good. I do, but like you hear people talking about the runner's high. I've never got.
Yeah, I think that sometimes they over exaggerate that, but I do feel good.
Yes, I feel accomplished. Like any workout I do, at the end of it.
But isn't that feeling good?
But I'll be real honest with you. I'm not one of these people that love working out.
I don't love.
I love my friends
out.
that are there.
Yeah, I don't. I do love working out. I think I do. But either way.
But I'll be real honest with you.
All my friends.
I don't.
And the after feel.
I mean, I don't love working out. It's not something that I get up and I'm like, ooh, I got to go work out.
But if we're trying to get people to ease into getting a hold of their health, getting movement, getting going just on anything is probably key. And then the best way to do that I tell people is just try to find a group. You can find a fit body boot camp. You can find, a dad's group at like, at a high school. My friend up in Nashville, I would go visit him. I'm going to go next week. Is the dads at this school all work out in the high school, weight room is amazing. And like the strength and conditioning coach is just getting his workout in and all the dads just participate with him. It was pretty awesome.
That is cool.
What a community kind of building deal where guys are grinding, together.
Yeah.
And they know each other. You get to really know people when you're working out with them.
Yeah. My personal trainer, Dr. Mike.
I thought you were going to say Dr. Scott.
Well, he would like to think, but I've replaced him with Dr. Mike on YouTube.
Good call.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, any guy that gets plastic surgery to make his waist smaller, you should listen to that. I hope someone sends this to Dr. Mike. But
he's a black belt.
He is.
Yeah.
But anyway,
okay.
He says 3 days a week.
3 days a week
like
is
for
fine.
The average person.
3 days a week is fine.
Like just move 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Just lift weights. I think it is important as we age to lift weights.
Yeah.
I think a cardio only plan really doesn't do justice once you reach a certain age.
I agree.
And hey,
resistance training.
And hey, ladies, it's not like I'm the greatest fitness instructor on the planet, but every data I see says it's even more important for you to lift weights.
Yeah.
Than it is for men.
Yeah, 100%. If you're a small business owner looking to take your business to the next level, listen up. My good friend Chris Francis has spent over 20 years growing his tree care business to national success. Now he's partnered with Rick Miller, you've probably heard him here on the podcast before, Harvard MBA, and business consultant to create Roadmap for Growth, an online course to help you scale, build teams, and create systems that last. It's not just for the tree industry. This course applies to any small service business. Check out treebusiness.com or hit the link on the Overlap homepage to learn more.
Hey guys, I want to tell you about my friend Wes Cody. He's the president of C2 Wealth Strategies, a financial advisory firm dedicated to providing personalized solutions for your financial needs. Wes and his team of professionals are passionate about helping clients create wealth and achieve financial freedom. At C2 Wealth Strategies, they believe in taking a holistic approach to financial planning and are committed to building long-lasting relationships with their clients, ensuring their financial well-being every step of the way. Don't leave your financial future to chance. Contact Wes and C2 Wealth today at c2wealth.com to schedule a consultation. Let Wes and his team help you build your financial future. Let's talk about your food.
So I think the 80-20 rule in this is just fine. And what does that mean? Well, there's you ever use the MyFitnessPal app?
Yeah.
It's free. You can track your food relatively easy. And everyone thinks they're eating well. And what I would say is I've been tracking my macros for like the past, I don't know, probably 10 days. And it's amazing how many calories you can kind of just accidentally consume. Accidentally. Like just little stuff here and there, a Cliff Bar, a Fit Crunch bar, a banana, oatmeal. All of this is good, but if you want to go from, 185 pounds to 175 pounds, you're going to have a net calorie deficit. And if you're not tracking, you just don't think about it. And I've been in the fitness deal for like grinding on this for a long time.
Well, this is one of my pet peeves too, is that what works for you may not work for me.
Sure.
And what works for me may not work for you.
But if you want to lose weight, there is there's no different thing. It is what's your basal metabolic calorie,
Yes.
If you need 2,400 to sustain your life, or to just stay at zero with whatever, and you want to lose a pound a week, you're going to need over the week, like I think it's something like 700 calorie deficit.
Yes.
And then you can start to lose, maybe that's half a pound a week, but it's just math. It's physics. It's not like voodoo or black magic. It's just numbers.
But, and what I'm really meaning is that probably the way that I eat wouldn't work for a lot of people, but it just does me. And meaning very high protein, very low carb. Like I work out on low carb. I go through the world after I work out good and low carb, but a lot of people can't take it.
Yeah, my wife does not like low carb, and I can live pretty low carb.
Yeah. And so, and maybe that's a man-girl thing. I don't know.
It could be.
Yeah,
I don't know either.
But
that's the deal. Yeah, you're
but
right.
everybody that goes to the gym says, "Oh, you got to eat like this guy," or "You got to eat like this girl," or if you don't eat. But you're right. It's just about calories in, calories out. What are you? But like my body just works better eating meat.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. I don't know. Like you eat oatmeal in the mornings. I can't eat oatmeal in the morning.
I love it.
Yeah. I like 3 eggs, 2 pieces of bacon.
Oh, I like 4
and an avocado.
Eggs.
Yeah. And so I don't think you need to get hung up on, everybody gets hung up on, oh, you got to eat like them, or you got to do that, or you got to just do what works for you if it fits in the macronutrients that you need.
Man, and look, everyone's got ChatGPT.
Like I'm gonna throw my wife under the bus here.
Okay.
So everybody was doing
this happens.
Yeah. Everybody was doing that Michael Monday plan.
Oh yeah.
By the way, if I have to eat Canadian bacon, I'm not doing it. just to tell you, if Canadian bacon every day is in the plan, not happening with me. I think that's fake bacon. I mean, it is.
It's from Canada.
I
What
know.
are you talking about?
Do I need to say more? I don't think we're very big in Canada, so that probably won't get any hate.
No,
but
Canadians don't hate.
But like everybody was doing it, it was working for them. It didn't work for her. You know why it didn't work for her? Because she hated everything about it. So if
she didn't like grits, instant grits,
if the eating plan if the eating plan you're on, you hate everything about it, it's not going to work for you.
Well, that's why I was saying ChatGPT. I mean, you could even take photos of your fridge and your pantry, and it will tell you what you can make if you want like certain macros. And you can ask ChatGPT, I weigh this. This is how active I am. This is where I want to go from here to here. It will give you a plan. And then you can say, hey, can you just give me like 3 meal prep options that I can make, 6 meals for this week? And it will tell you exactly what to do. And it'll tell you the macros on it.
And let me say
macros, by the way, protein, fat, carbs. That's macronutrients. And getting those right, and probably just getting the protein right, if you just want to focus on one thing, is probably enough to get you moving in the right direction.
And let me say this too. I'm not going to be one that's ever going to have all 6 abs. Not going to do it. I'm not going to work hard enough and like restrain myself enough.
All 6 abs.
I'm probably going to have the top 2.
I'm going to have a 4-pack.
Yeah. I'm not going to do it. And because
it's like that expensive beer that only comes in 2.
I want to slap my mom and dad. Their genetics they gave me just doesn't allow it. And so so it's don't obsess over it. Obsess over your health. And what does health look like for you?
Yeah.
And I get blood work up and do all of that kind of stuff. And you need to do that as I would say I didn't start early. Had I started early enough getting that stuff, I would have known in my 30s that I had a fatty liver, that I probably needed to cut off the certain things that I was eating that caused that deterioration.
Yeah.
Earlier.
Yeah. And man, I'm not telling people what to do. I'm just making suggestions on this. We're talking about blood work. One, I can tell you you're low on vitamin D. I don't even know who you are listening, but everyone is. Yep. And we can talk about, is that plastics? Is it something else? I don't need to get in that discussion. But 2, you ought to get the hormones checked, especially if you're a female over 35. That stuff just does crazy, has crazy effects. And that's a terrible word. It has drastic effects on females, their body, mental health, everything else. And then same for dudes, especially once you start getting over 40. Is your T like down in the dumps, Are you not able to really get up and get motivated? Maybe testosterone has something to do with it. But you need to go see a doctor. These are just suggestions. And it could be all kinds of other stuff.
No, don't order this stuff offline. Go to someone who knows.
Can you order testosterone offline?
You can from some sites.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, that's a terrible idea.
They're all in Latin
Go
America.
see your doctor. If you've got any sort of, if you're a guy, this is the crazy thing. If you're a guy, all of this is covered under health insurance. If you're a female, you might want an extra job or something. Go Uber 2 nights a week because there's no insurance covering. And that's wild to me.
Yeah. And one day we may need to get into an episode about the
hormones
and what we take.
We did it a little bit with Dr. God, what was her name? Up in Spanish Fort.
Yeah. LaBella. RX.
Yeah.
Amy Armstrong.
Amy Armstrong. Yeah.
We did.
It was good.
Yeah. But we may need to revisit that, and we can, because I'll be real honest with you. I take testosterone, and it's great. And but it actually, the benefits of it, it's not what you think it is.
Yeah.
And so it's good. And then, of course, get your blood work and then drink
water.
I know this has been put in everybody. Like, drink water.
Yeah. Cut out the soda. Cut out the beers.
I don't know. I mean, you can have a Diet Coke if you want it.
I like a Diet Coke every once in a while.
Yeah.
But I'm not drinking 6 a day.
No.
I know lots of people that do that.
No, I'm going to drink 1 a day probably.
I'm probably not even drinking 1 a day, but I'll drink 2 or 3 a week.
Yeah. I like a Diet Coke.
I'd love a Diet Coke. I like sparkling water with 0 calories. What do they sweeten it with? Yeah, I mean, but if I'm only having 3, I'm not smoking cigarettes or vaping.
Yeah, I mean,
grape is.
I will smoke a cigar.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Matter of fact, got one at 2:00. Got a meeting at the cigar shop. But yeah, don't overthink it.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're saying is don't overthink it. Like the stuff that you've heard all your life is true.
Yeah.
Like less calories in.
Yeah.
Move your body.
Yeah.
Go to your doctor.
Even if it's just walking.
Go to your doctor.
Yeah.
Drink
water.
Dr. Mike says there's nothing wrong with a Diet Coke.
I'm sure there's some things wrong, but I'm not going to drink 6 a day. That's when it goes wrong.
You know what I really love?
What do you love?
When I'm in Costa Rica.
Oh, they got the Mexican Cokes?
With the real sugar in it.
Yeah,
I think those are good for you.
I don't know if they're good for me.
I don't know, but they're good.
They do taste good. I do like them. They end up being...
Yeah, I know in the ethnic aisle.
I don't trust them.
No.
All right, I got to get going. I got to get moving.
Speaking of that, the new Surf Nasara episode's out. Go watch that.
Keith and I are going to do an episode in Costa Rica. We might even have a meetup. If you're interested in an excursion, like a surf and jiu-jitsu, introduction to surfing and jiu-jitsu excursion, message us on LinkedIn or Instagram, Facebook if you want to talk to Keith only. Message us and we'll start pulling that together.
Yeah, you can go to the Overlap Facebook. That goes to both of us.
There you go. All right, I got to get moving.
Okay.
10,000 steps a day.
Hey, this is just your PSA to watch your health.
There you go.
Peace.